Okay, so I have dusted off the good old cigarette mandalas for this. Cigarette pack mandalas. My uncle made these, my late uncle. I only use these for deck profiles that are Mimi. So this is iconic. Here we go. First off, you know who's gonna be here. It's SpongeBob Squarepants. SpongeBob Squarepants, the star of the show. He gives everything plus X, where X is the number of legendary creatures you control. And the most important part is when you play a creature from your hand, you get to exile cards from the top of your library until you get a non-land card, a legendary non-land card with lesser mana value. So that's the theme of this deck. You want a whole bunch of crazy characters for SpongeBob SquarePants to interact with. So we're gonna get the only planeswalker out of the way. Tamio. Tamio, field researcher. If you don't know what she does, she makes you draw things when you have things attack. Um, she allows you to tap to target permanents. And the last one, draw 3 cards, create an emblem with. You may play you may play cards from your hand without paying their mana cost. So she allows you to play Yu-Gi-Oh! With Magic the Gathering. Only reason I play her. Now time to start off with everybody. The stars of the show. We got Plankton. Because Plankton is Plankton. He's one of the 2 low-cost cards in my deck. And there's a reason why I play these 2 low-cost cards. I only play Plankton and Fabelthep the Lost. I play Plankton because Plankton it has got Toxic and this important thing right here. Choose a color, another target creature you control gains Toxic 1 and Hexproof from that color until the end of the turn. It can't be blocked by creatures that turn. Fabelthep. When Fabelthep enters the battlefield, draw a card. If it entered from your library and if it was cast from your library, draw 2 instead. When it becomes the target of a spell, shuffle Fabelthep into the deck. This targets this gets shuffled back into the deck. The reason why these are my only 2 low costs, I want either one of these to interact with each other, because I either want to get Fabelthep out and draw 2 cards constantly, because I'm constantly going to be filtering out my deck, or Plankton, because Plankton is half of that combo. And Fabelthep just like absolute mad lad. I love Fabelthep so much. Now time for the 3s. The 3s, the 4s, and the 5s. We're going to start with Sephiroth, because if all your creatures die, yeah. Plus it's fucking Sephiroth. I wanted Sephiroth in this deck with SpongeBob. Plus he gets you some card advantage. He also interacts with other cards in this deck too. It's neat. It's neat. We got Thalia Heretic Cather, because sometimes you really want her out. That first strike and that everything enters tapped ability is quite intense. Plus she gets beefed up by SpongeBob. Insane. Venat, Heart of Haedalin. Because she says when you cast a legendary spell, draw a card. Draw that only happens once per turn. Plus her flip side's pretty good too. Lightning, Security Sergeant, because she allows you to cheat shit out. Bergie, God of Storytelling. I had this bitch sing in my bulk. And she is like one of the most important cards in the deck, surprisingly. Because when you cast a spell, add red mana, it doesn't leave. Also, cards can boast twice during either turn rather than once. I don't usually boast. Now Squidward, because I can return things to the hand. And draw cards when I deal combat damage. Remember Vinat? This is better Vinat. Reki, History of the Kamigawa. Whenever you play a legendary spell, draw a card. That doesn't even count for just creatures. This counts for like everything that's legendary. Legendary artifacts. Yeah, legendary lands. Actually, no, legendary lands aren't spells. What the fuck am I saying? We got Glenn because you draw so much off of Glenn with the Sponge Boost. The Sponge Boost is insane. He has Skulk, so things that are greater power than him can't block him, but it doesn't even matter. He just gets beefed up by Spongebob, and you end up drawing an insane amount of cards. That's why you'll notice in this build, I play 33 lands. The amount of draw power in this deck, the amount of everything, I always see the lands I need. Satoru Umezawa. I'm pretty sure you can tell by all the foil and borderless shit, you could see why this is expensive. Satoru Umezawa, he allows you, when you ninjutsu something, it allows you to look at the top 3 cards of your deck and put one in your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library. What? And it allows me to, like, I could attack with something, and I could attack with Plankton, bounce Plankton back, all of a sudden an Ulamog comes out. This is insane. Yes, I only run 2 Eldrazi in this deck now. Only 2 Eldrazi. Olivia, mobilized for war because she gives everything haste. Zinnia, Valley's Voice. Part of a degenerate combo in this deck, and subject to the degenerate combo I made a video on. Yes, this is the pregnancy bird that allows everything you have to give birth. It combos off with Mirror Box, because all my legendary creatures get to create legendary tokens and they don't die. Angie Falconwrath, because, yeah, haste and more filter ability. Why not? This one's just purely for flavor. Actually, it's more than just flavor. I tend to create a lot of treasure tokens in this deck. So, yeah, I got this. So, I'm going to just scoop these guys to the side now, because we're about to get onto the 4s. Now, the 4s are some interesting aspects of this, because I only have 3 monocolored 4s in this deck. 4 costs. We have Starscream, because there's more than meets the eye of Starscream. You can play him for 3, So he's kind of a 3 as well. That's why I put him at the front. Plus, when you play him for 3, you get to become the monarch if you attack. Then when you draw a card and you're the monarch, when you draw shit, your opponent starts taking pain for you drawing and being the monarch. Memes. What did I say? You become the king. Speak about memes. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. Because why not have Cherek's Raging Isle? It's beautiful. Now for an alternate win condition. This is replacing Toski in this deck for many reasons. One, because remember I said the treasure tokens earlier for Mr. House? Look, when one or more creatures deal combat damage, create a treasure token. Treasure Hunter, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 30 or more artifacts, you win the game. Double strike, trample, haste. Knuckles the Echidna is fucking insane. Plus, like, look at the variety here. You've seen The Walking Dead. You've seen SpongeBob. You've seen Sonic the Hedgehog. Transformers 2. You've also seen Final Fantasy. Yeah, definitely seen that Final Fantasy. Like, this is some crazy shit. This is some crazy shit. Now, for the non-mono colored creatures, we got Prospered Homebound, which allows you to play stuff from the top of... Wait, this is... Am I right? Yeah. This thing's got Death Touch. At the beginning of your end step, exile the top card of your deck. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. And whenever you play a spell from exile, create a treasure token. Oh, see that synergy with Knuckles already? Chainer, Nightmare Debt. Discard a card that allows you to play a card from your graveyard. Activate this ability once per turn. When you play a card from graveyard, it gets haste. Also, prospers from Dungeons and Dragons. Shadow the Hedgehog. Because Shadow the Hedgehog allows you to play stuff with split second with treasure tokens. So I can make everything uncounterable. And whenever something with haste dies, I draw a card. Deadpool. Right beside Shadow the Hedgehog. With Sephiroth. Hell yeah. And SpongeBob. I feel all these guys are meant to go together for some reason. Genova. And that's it for the 4s. Now time to get into the more higher cost stuff. We got the 10th Doctor because why not have Doctor Who in this deck? We got Gandalf the Grey. Oh yeah, while we're on this subject, these two do some crazy shit. This allows me to exile the top card of my library until I exile a non-land card. And then I put 3 counters on it, and if it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. Then I can warp it back onto the... I can warp it. It's awesome! Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Gandalf, he allows me to do 4 things, and he constantly loops himself. He allows me to cast an instant or sorcery spell Whenever I do that, I may tap a target creature, tap or untap, deal 3 damage to each opponent, or copy target instant sorcery spell I control and choose new targets, and put Gandalf on the top of the library. Yeah. Shenanigans. We got Godzilla! Because why not have Godzilla? This one, lethal damage, basically, your power is your toughness. GG. Some of these characters it doesn't necessarily do the best for, but it works. Ishtola Knight's Blessed, because if someone has lost 4 more life, I get to draw a card. Whenever I cast a non-creature spell with mana value or 3 or greater. Imagine that, there's a lot of that. I do 2 damage to each opponent, and I gain 2 life. Oh, this was supposed to... These 2 were supposed to be in the 4s. What? My 4s got mixed up. Well, the Master Transcendent, because rad counters and reanimation. Yep. Oops. That happens. Soundwave Sonic Spy, because... By the way, Godzilla, Final Fantasy, Fallout, Lord of the Rings, Doctor Who, Transformers. Right? Magic has evolved. I just want to take a second to say this is life. I love it. I'm just putting a whole multiverse of cards on cigarette mandalas right now to present to you. This expensive fucking deck. Joda Archmage Eternal, because he's one of the mana dorks that just allows you to cheat things out, like Satoru Umezawa. Sonic the Hedgehog. Because, yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog. You gotta go fast. Whenever each thing with haste or flash gains 1/1 counters. And they create treasure tokens if they get hit. It's beautiful. Karazakar the Eye Tyrant, because Dungeons and Dragons. It allows you to go target creature, and it allows you to plus off of somebody attacking someone else. The Lord of Pain, because sometimes you need him. Sometimes the Lord of Pain prevents you from getting Aetherflux Reservoired hardcore. Seriously, I can't stress enough how much the Lord of Pain is important. He's one of the reasons I love this 5-color deck. Because he's got menace. Oh, all the artifact creatures, all the artifacts. Oh, all the robots. Well, guess what? Dr. Eggman is in this deck too. At the beginning of each of your end steps, draw a card, then each opponent faces a villainous choice. Discard a card, you can either put a construct, robot, or vehicle from your hand onto the battlefield. Oh, just allow me to cheat out my 6-cost Megatron, please and thank you, or discard a card. Negan Cold-Blooded. You play Negan. Oh, Walking Dead once again. Negan. Two great villains, might I add. He enters the battlefield. You and target opponent choose a creature, a secret, then you reveal it, then they die. Garth One Eye. Because why not create expensive proxies I do not own? Ramos, Dragon Engine. Oh, Manadork, oh, Manadork. Why does everything have multiple colors? Oh, fucking Ramos. And plus, it's a 5-color deck. He allows you to put a counter on Ramos for each spell color I cast. And I can remove 5 to create 10 mana. 2 of each color. That's broken. Plus he's flying and he's a dragon. Sephiroth, Planet's Heir. Massacre Worm with Vigilance. And he gains counters whenever something dies? That's the opponent's creature? Hell yeah. Xanathar, the Guild Kingpin. Yes, we've branched off into the 6s. I don't even care anymore. This video's already pretty fucking long. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, at the beginning of your upkeep, choose a target opponent until the end of the turn. That target player cannot cast spells. Now look at the top card of their library at any time, and I may play that and spend it any color of any mana to play it. Ain't that fun? Fuck you, blue players. Here we are with Optimus Prime, the undying robot. Oh look, Megatron, Tyrant. Your opponent can't cast spells during combat. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you may convert Megatron. If you do, add colorless for each life your opponent's lost this turn. Absolutely busted. His flip side is absolutely busted too. Had to have Optimus and Megatron. I can't go without both of them. Here is Orphan the Cocoon Fal'Cie. Because it's Muldrotha, the Gravetide. It allows you to play a land card. I may play a land and cast a permanent spell of each permanent type from my graveyard once per turn. Ain't that awesome? Recursion. Reanimation. And my lands come back. Now for the 7s. We got Morophon the Boundless, because you're going to want to say human. Even though, like, a lot of your big guys I'm about to show you aren't, because I'm going to just fan through here. Human. Human, 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 human. See how many humans are in there? Imagine reducing all their mana costs. Emmett Selch. Asian, which is Kirik, son of Yawgmoth. We got Tishana, the voice of thunder. Because Tishana's awesome. When she enters, you get to draw due to the amount of creatures you got on the battlefield. No maximum hand size. And your hand size is her power and toughness. Okay. Sephiroth the Savior. To complete the Sephiroth trifecta I wanted in this deck. I don't have the Boros Sephiroth in this deck because, one, I couldn't fit it in this deck. Two, I've got 46 creatures in this deck. This is surprisingly tight as fuck. But yeah. Sephiroth Savior attracts the Praetor's voice, flying, vigilance, death touch, lifelink, and when Sephiroth enters, you get to look at the top 10 cards of your library, and you may for each card type, you may put them into your hand. But you gotta reveal them and put the rest at the bottom. Insane. Insane. Plus, like, the Flying Vigilance, Death Touch, and Lifelink in the 7/7 is insane. Now time for the 9. Not 9. The 8. Sauron. Lord of the Rings. Because reanimate, trample, and I get orcs. Now time for the last 2 creatures of the deck. Wow. We've gotten here. This is very long somehow. Ulamog, Ceaseless Hunger. Because he's one of my favorite cards. And Kozilek, the Great Distortion. Yes, I got the Commander Masters borderless. Now time for the artifacts. They're mostly mana rocks. The Chaos Emerald. Its Lotus Petal sacrifices. Add 1 mana of any color. Sol Ring, because it's a Sol Ring. Springleaf Drum. I wish I could find the foil of this. I'm gonna be getting a foil Arcane Signet at some point. You know what Arcane Signet does. Haystack. This allows you to phase things out. Darksteel Ingot, because it's indestructible. Determination. Oh, damn it, almost did it again. Chromatic Lantern. Commander's Spear. Now time for 2 fun ones. This makes this mirror box allows you to bypass the legendary rule. Everything you control gains +1/+1. That's a legendary creature. But this is literally all I play in this deck is legendary creatures. And each non-token creature you control gains +1/+1 for each card with the same name. insane. Masquid Nexus, because creatures you control are every creature type, and creature cards that counts for creature spells you control and that aren't on the battlefield. So, like, even in your hand. So, Joda and this Joda and Morophon equals everything's free. Unless you get Tameo, then everything's free regardless. Grimoire of the Dead, because reanimation. Now we got the Fire Crystal, which gives everything you control haste, which goes with SpongeBob. Not SpongeBob, Sonic. And Shadow. Neat. And you get to create tokens with it, which is also neat. Copying things, sweet. And plus, everything that's red, which, might I add, is a fair portion of this deck. There's a lot of red spells. It makes them cheaper to cast. Bolus Citadel for the last artifact. If look at the top card anytime I may pay life to cheat it out, hell yeah. It's a game changer. It's one of the game changers. It's one of the reasons this is a bracket 3 on Mana Box, apparently. I'd say this is a bracket 4. So now time for some of the sorceries. Vandal Blast. Because Vandal Blast. We got Harmless Offering, because you could target your Fabelthep and make it like you're gonna give your opponent Fabelthep, but instead Fabelthep is just getting shuffled back into your deck because he became the target of a spell. This is memes. The Jeff the Shark card. Hour of Promise, because it allows me to cheat out 2 lands and create 2 black zombie tokens if I control deserts, which I don't control deserts, so that's irrelevant. Blasphemous Act, because Blasphemous Act, you need board wipes. Ingaruk's Wake, because board wipes. Now time for the 2 instants I play. Saw in Half, because I could saw in half my own stuff and create tokens with Mirror Box. Deadly Rollick, because yeah, it's Deadly Rollick. Now time for my only enchantment now. I don't have Warstorm Surge in here anymore, because it's not that I deem it too much of a war crime. It's just that I'd much rather just create more creatures now. I play this, I call human, I double everything. Negan comes out twice, I get to sacrifice 4 creatures. Absolutely barbaric. Like Reflections of Litjara plus Mirror Box. Like how I'm pretty sure you notice by the fact that my lack of non-spells, a lot of the effects I want just comes from playing the creatures. And by the way, be thankful I'm explaining everything. This is taking a lot of time. Opulent Palace, Frontier Biovac, and Mystic Monastery as my tri-lands. I'm gonna rush through these. Akrum Refuge, Foreboding Ruins, Rakdos Canarium, Smoldering Marsh. There's my Rakdos lands. Got one Boros land, Sacred Foundry because Sacred Foundry, Dismal Blackwater because gain life, Thornwood Falls because gain life, gain life, gain life, gain life. Now time for utility lands. We got Command Tower because you want all of that. Exotic Orchard because yes. Starting Town because the most important land in Magic the Gathering now. What the fuck? I'm glad I pulled this at pre-release. This basically made my pre-release way more worth it. It was so much more worth it. I pulled this in Cloud at pre-release. Now, Evolving Wilds and a Terramorphic Expanse. We got a Gaia Reach Sanitarium. We got a Clive's Hideaway because it allows you to hide away stuff. Then, if I control legendary creatures, I could play the exiled card with Hideaway without paying its mana cost for 2 and tapping it, even though I'm technically paying 2 to play it if I control legendary creatures. Bojuka Bog, because Bojuka Bog, you need to Bojuka Bog people sometimes. Fucking Graveyard Advantage. Skarg, the Rage Pits, because green, red gains trample and +1/+1. Okay. Rogue's Passage makes something unblockable. Oh boy. Now time for the basic lands. I play 2 plains because for some reason I find myself needing 2 white mana a lot. I play 1 forest, 1 mountain, 2 swamps, and 1 island. Do you think I've succeeded in making the most memey Spongebob Squarepants Magic the Gathering deck of all time? You got the pregnancy combo, you got the combos that allow you to cheat out everything. Like, this is some good stuff. This is some well thought out Magic the fucking Gathering right here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe for more in the future. And don't forget to drink your water. Fellowship of the Thirsty Bird loves you.